Hey, what is going on, my fellow Sagittariuses? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do a general read. Because it's a general read, it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. As you see, I'm back in my spot. I usually do them outside. We have a garage. It's insulated, but we have a garage door, so it gets cold in the winter. So I come in here during the winter months, my little cave, a little man cave. Yeah. So I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Earth and Bone Oracle. Start this out. Universe, give us a card for Sagittarius. Wayfarer, contemplation, search for truth, inner guidance. I'm going to use the Horror Tarot. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Sagittarius? Deck is not agreeing with me. What do we got for Sagittarius? There we go. Universe, what do we have for Sagittarius? I have so much trouble with this deck. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see it there. See how it's bent? So I tried everything. I tried putting a brick on top of it and then setting it there. It's been sitting there under a brick for probably 4 months, and it just like I don't know if you can see that. It's twisted. It's a twisted deck. So it does make it difficult to shuffle. Anyway, not that you give a shit, but that's my story. I'm sticking to it. First thing I see is I feel like this is a connection. This is someone I feel like you already know. I mean, first and foremost, I feel like this is someone that you have some sort of connection with. And I feel like with this person, there's just something seems off. Like, I feel like there's a lack of communication. It kind of feels like this person's kind of playing a game right now, not really giving to the situation. I mean, we got the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, Sagittarius energy. I just feel like it feels like this person's playing games right now. You know, feeling like they're hiding something. And like I said, I feel like this is someone that you have a connection with, and it just, like I said, I just feel like there's this internal struggle, and you feeling like this person is either walking away or feeling like they may have already walked away. They just haven't told you yet. They just feel like they're distancing themselves from you. I don't feel like you're wrong from what I'm seeing. I don't feel like you're wrong, but I don't feel like it's what you think it is. I mean, your intuition is right with the High Priestess. I feel like they are pulling away. You know, I feel like they're not showing up. They're not putting in the work anymore. But it's not for why. It's not for the reason that you may think. I feel like this person loves you. I mean, I feel like they do. I feel like they want this to work, but I feel like they kind of feel like on the outside looking in. Like they don't really take you seriously. Like, and I feel like it's almost like a self-preservation. Like they stopped giving to this because they feel like it's not going anywhere. They're not taking you seriously. And they don't want to have any regrets. You know, with the Five of Swords, their imagination is getting the best of them with that Moon card. I feel like they know what they want, but they don't feel like you want or are going to give it to them. They want a future with you. I mean, I feel like they're happy with you. You know, I feel like when things are good, they're great. And they want more of that, but they don't feel like they're getting that. They're not taking, they don't think you're serious. They're not taking you serious. And they don't want to make the mistake of giving into something that isn't going anywhere. I mean, they want to build a foundation. That's what they want. With that Four of Wands, I mean, they know what they want. They just don't think you're giving it to them. They don't think you're going to give it to them. Like I said, I mean, everything here is telling me that they want to be with you. You know, they want a future with you. They want to build a foundation. We got the Ten of Cups, that family card. I feel like they feel comfortable with you. They feel at home with you. And they want to nurture that with the Star card. They want to give to it. But not at the cost of losing everything. Not at the cost of it just falling apart. They just don't feel any balance in this situation. You know, so they are, I feel like they are shutting you out. Now, I am getting a third-party energy. I feel like there's someone else. Now, when I say that, I feel like that other person is on the outside looking in, saying, so what I'm feeling like, I'm seeing it in my head. I'm trying to describe it. That's how I do readings. I see it in my head. It's like the other person's on the outside looking in. Like they want in. So this person may be pursuing your person or trying to pursue something with them. I don't feel like your person has given them any... They don't want that. But I feel like it is an option. Like they want to be with you. But I feel like this is an option. You know, this person, I mean, we got the King of Cups. Your person, they want to be involved in a connection. They want to be with you, but they don't feel like you want to be with them. So it's like they don't want to give anymore. It's like, you know, have you ever been in a situation where you wanted something, but you knew you weren't going to get it? So you just got to a point where you decided, okay, well, if I'm not going to get it, then why am I wasting my time? You know, and it's causing chaos between the two of you. I can see it. You know, like that internal struggle we talked about earlier with the Five of Wands. The Tower card. They were young, healthy, wealthy, beautiful, free and in love until tonight. You know, I just feel like whatever it is that you have with this person, you know, for some of you, it may just be, you know, for some of you, it may more be of a casual nature and they want more and they just don't think they're going to get it. Or for some of you, it may be a relationship that they want to pursue into something more and they don't think they're going to get it. Either way, I don't feel like they trust you. They really don't know what's going on with you, to be honest, and I feel like they can't trust that. So it's not so much trusting you. I feel like I misspoke when I said that, because I mean they still want to move forward. So it's not that they don't trust you. They just don't trust the connection that you have with them, because I feel like there's so many moving parts, there's so many unknowns, but they want to move forward with you. The warrior drives at night under a crescent moon, no hands on the wheel. He steers by force of will. Nothing can stop the chariot. I love these cards. I mean, this person will give you everything they got. They just got to know. They got to know. I mean, I see this person wanting to show up and put in the work. And like I said, there is someone on the outside looking in, and I feel like there is someone pursuing them, but I don't... I'm not getting any energy of where they're giving anything back to that person. You know, it always seems like when shit gets rocky in a relationship, there's always a third person somewhere, like trying to rock the boat some more. Sagittarius, what I'm seeing, the advice cards I'm getting for advice, I mean, it's coming out pretty straightforward. If you want balance back in your relationship, if you want this relationship, if you want this person, you got to be honest. They need to know. And like I said, for some of you, this may be the end of the road. This may be the part where we don't go any further. Maybe you don't want more. Maybe they're right. But if you do, now's the time. Seize the moment. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Like I said, I mean, I feel like this person they want this. They want it so very badly, but I mean, like I said, they want something real. And if this ain't real, then what are they doing? What are you both doing? Like I said, on the good days, there's moments when this couldn't be any more perfect, and they want more of that. I just feel like they're having a hard time reading you. Maybe lack of communication on one side or both. I mean, I feel like it has you distraught, so I do feel like you want to move this forward with them as well, but like I said, I'm not getting any energy between them and the other person. That is not a thing. I just feel like I feel obligated to tell you that I do feel like there's an outside looking in type energy. We have a lot of fire: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We have Pisces. We have Cancer. We have Gemini and Libra, and Aquarius with the star. We're also getting Taurus and Virgo. Sometimes the things that are said aren't the cause of breaking down in a relationship. Sometimes it's the things that aren't said. Did that sound like overly preachy to you? I hope not. But that's, sometimes it's what's not said, what's not left. Personally, I don't like to leave anything off the table. I like to put everything on the table. I like to put my cards on the table, and this is this. Like, I've never had sorry, I'm just fidgety. I've never had Jesus. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Get the Lord's name in vain there. I never had a relationship end without clarity, if that makes sense. I always was clear about why it was ending. And sometimes the other person, she don't want to hear that. But I always like to leave it all on the table. For multiple reasons. Not just because I don't want it to be any loose end. But sometimes you say it in hopes that they'll take in what you're saying and it's fixable. And you can fix it. So sometimes it's fixable. And if you put it out on the table, they're willing to fix it. They're willing to work on it. It is what it is. And if it's not fixable, at least you have it all out there and we don't have to think about it. Like, some people don't want to hear why you don't want to be with them. Not at the moment, they don't want to hear it. But most people, 3 months, 4 months, a month, a week, 10 years down the road, they wish they knew. I don't like leaving loose ends. Now, unfortunately, I remember one relationship where it ended, and I didn't end it, she did. And I still don't know why it ended. Come to think about it, I don't think I really care because I wasn't really into her anyway. I just feel like I was young and it was an exciting relationship, but I don't really know if I was really that into her, but it still bugs me it still bugged me for a little bit that I didn't know why. I mean, obviously I don't care anymore, but there's always that bugging, that nagging in your head of like, why? But I mean, sometimes you don't want to know the reason. I had a girl leave me one time because she broke up with me, and she told me because she was into girls, and she said I was trying to see what it was like being with a guy, and she's like, I just know I'm into girls, and she goes, and I felt kind of used, but she's still into girls. You even go through the process where, like, did I turn her that way? But, like, I remember I even said it to her. I said, did I turn you that way? And she's like, no. She's like, I was into girls before I got with you, and I just thought I wanted to be a mom someday, and I wanted to have a normal relationship, so I tried to date a guy, and I was like, well, still kind of sucks. But she gave me a reason, though, so God bless her heart for that. Even though it wasn't what I wanted to hear, but yeah, like I said, sometimes it's not what we do say, it's what we don't say. That means everything. That can change everything. I honestly feel like a lot of people give up on good relationships too early and try too hard for a bad relationship too long. Like, I see it all the time. I see people that, a friend of Rose's was here one night. She was talking, and she said, where are all the good guys at? I'm like, the good guys are at home afraid, or the good guys are with a bad girl, stuck with her. It's just like girls. Like, everybody's always saying, where's all the good girls? Where's all the good guys? The really good people are probably hanging on to the wrong people, or just too afraid to go out. They're just done with it. But don't give up. For all those bad relationships, you'll find that right one that'll make it all worthwhile. Trust me. I've been there. I dated a lot before I met Rose, and I've been ups and downs. It's really funny to me, and I kind of laugh about it, and it may not be that funny to you, but I remember this one girl I dated. I broke up with her because she was a smoker, and now I smoke. But it was just awful. When you don't smoke, and try to kiss somebody that does smoke. I just couldn't. I was like, either you quit or I can't be with you. And I was 16 at the time, so, but yeah, she chose cigarettes. So I got one girl that chose women, one girl that chose cigarettes, and another girl I have no idea. Kind of hurts the pride, Takes a toll on you. Takes a toll. But the way I look at it is all those endings and all those relationships that failed and didn't work led me to the one that did. And it's funny because doing tarot actually brings up a lot of these memories, these stories that I had, that a lot of them are just, I get them when I'm doing the reading. Like I'm remembering it. I always say, when you're in a good relationship, you don't usually think too much about the bad ones. It's only when you're in a bad one you're thinking about the other ones. And the really bad ones make you think about the ones that you thought were bad before that weren't actually that bad. But I just don't think you put a lot of thought into bad relationships when you're in a good one. There's just really no room. When you're in a good place, why would you think of bad things? Unless you're just thinking, like, kind of chuckling and thinking about this bad relationship you were in that you thought was good, and now you're in a good one and you realize how bad that one really was. Anyway, be good. Take care. Stay safe.